welcome to episode 53. You can't see me of the Unqualified Game Chat. I am your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today, wearing a rose shirt.
Palm trees.
I'm sorry. There's no palm trees in Canada, so I'm surprised you know what a palm tree even is.
I know because of this shirt.
It taught you.
It was sold to me by an American man. He said, the famous palm tree shirt. And I said, what on earth?
Is a palm tree.
It's a palm tree. There's things other than pine and spruce and maple.
Well, sir, if it makes you feel any better, palm trees provide zero to no shade to absolutely.
Are they like an invasive species that catch on fire all the time?
They take so much water, and they put a lot of them in LA, and then after like 20-30 years they regretted it. And anyway, Spencer the Legacy is here.
Hello everyone. He's
growing his vacation beard.
Oh yeah, I shaved my gross neck beard before this podcast.
Oh, so beautiful. I just want to see that beautiful neck.
Oh.
Spencer, there's something I want to talk about real quick.
Oh, okay.
We didn't talk about this before, but it's kind of weird with everything that's going on in the world today. And like, it sucks. There's like this underlining, like, what do I do type of thing, because there's a war going on.
There's a war going on.
And I'm fucking playing Chocobo GP.
It is a weird contrast, isn't it? It's straight, like, obviously, like, that's kind of how it goes when you live half a world away from such a major conflict. But it is strange to turn on the news and be like, they're looking at the nuclear option, and you're like, I'm gonna go play my Switch.
Yeah. I'm gonna write a review. It's just really tough to turn it off and turn it back on.
I mean, like, maybe, like, because we're so far away, there's not a lot we can do. So maybe the best thing to do is, like, continue to live like normal, maybe donate money or something, like, but other than that, like, it's tough. I don't know what else. I think it's tough, I'm not saying, oh, we have it hard.
No.
Let me clarify that. Or it's tough for the people over there.
Yeah, to figure out how to navigate life while you know that there's a bunch of, like, weird shit going on.
Yeah, you're like, you'll be playing something, you're like, is this okay?
Yeah.
But then you're like, what would I do?
Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to find a normalcy, but I'm not disregarding that the world. So
I'm not plugging my ears here.
Yeah, as we go on with this podcast, know that we are conscious of worldly events, and they do weigh on us.
Yeah, we're not just going, nothing's happening in the world.
We're so happy.
Chocobos.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, there's a lot of bad shit happening. And, I hope things are resolved. The Ukraine, or not the Ukraine. I hope you're okay. If we have any listeners there, God, I'm sorry you're living through this kind of thing. That's awful. So
hopefully it comes to a steady resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, now that we got that out of the way, let's just go back to normalcy.
Anyway, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, I just want to like put that out there. Yes, it is on our mind. Now we can give you a show that
we're not totally ignorant of it, but we will still make the show because
that's what we gotta do. We gotta live.
We gotta do. Yeah.
With that said, this podcast is recorded every week, posted on podcast services Thursdays, iTunes, YouTube's, all you want. It's there.
It's there. Look it up.
No, Unqualified Game Chat everywhere. Let's get into the show. What are you playing?
Well, I'm on the second last chapter of Xenoblade Chronicles X now. I went to my sister's house for a few days. It was a little vacation because I have my last reading week before I intern at Noisy Pixel for school. So I thought I'll bring my Wii U in 2022 to my sister's house.
Kind of heavy, right?
It certainly is, especially when you go on 2 trains and a bus.
Yeah.
To get home. It's heavy. But I played a lot of that, and my feelings for the game evolve in different ways from when you like. That's one of the interesting things about this podcast is I can like go back and be like, I was playing Resident Evil Village. What were my thoughts on it when it came out? What are my thoughts on it now? So I can like look at the previous episode and be like, oh, I was like really blown away by the scale and everything. Some of the like I kind of want to make a video about it because it's such like no one talks about Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah.
It's the forgotten stepchild. Like, and I think that would be interesting because it has a lot of really cool choices and it has a lot of really weird choices. Like, who's like when you remove a party member and you want to add them again, you have to find them in the hub. You have to run off, know where they are, and then talk to them to add them to your team. That's terrible. It sucks.
They showed up on the map. I
don't think so.
I don't think they did.
And you're right. I don't think times.
Yeah, it's like it changes throughout the day, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I want to put this guy in my party. Let me tell you, this game does have a tutorial, contrary to popular belief. It's called Game Facts. That's your tutorial because I have Googled so many questions and gone to Game Facts for answers about this game. So like, I do want to make a video about it because it is so interesting, but I'm enjoying it. And like, I don't think it's bad or anything, but it is a strange game. It is like, there's so many cool moments again with the scale and with like jumping, and I can finally like fly. I followed the tips from people in the comments. Thanks everybody. And like, now I have the flying scale and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. But then there's like huge difficulty spikes where it's like, here's 3 bosses in a row that are really hard. You have to pay for your scale every time it's broken after 3 tries. And I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. And I don't know. So I'm still enjoying it and I'm having a good time with it. And I'm glad that I've been playing it. And I'll be glad that I like when I finished it. Because some of the side quests are really interesting. The main story is not super interesting. I mean, it has interesting ideas, but they never dive into them. Like, if Earth blew up, imagine that. Like, imagine not having a home to go to. Like, they never explore the fact that Earth blew up and that you've crashed on a different planet. You're just figured, like, they're never like, let's explore the emotions of that.
Yeah.
Like, when your old house gets sold, you're sad because like you still have a home. If the land that house was on blew up and was just gone, that's crazy. So side stories explore some ideas like that.
It's like they just start living right when you start. Like,
yeah, they're like,
life.
Welcome to New LA. It's kind of like old LA, which is now ashes in space. Yeah. But it's close, and you can get coffee. And it's like,
it's just like the coffee. Months? It's like the coffee you used to drink.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's only been 3 months, but you can get pizza and burgers, and I'm like, damn, I gotta like sit down and think about like how all my culture is gone. Like, there's some interesting ideas, and I've heard rumblings that there is a troubled development with this game, which would make sense because it does have ideas that are kind of all over the place. But you know, I am glad I've been playing it, and I'm excited to play 2 and Torna.
It's funny when you see these games because Xenoblade Chronicles X seems like a mashup of ideas and tech. So here they are, they're developing this tech for Wii U, for these huge worlds to run on Wii U. A game like this is not supposed to run on that hardware.
I'm amazed that it does, and that it, like, once you download those packs, it loads pretty quick too. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's not a game. It is not a game that is supposed to be played on Wii U, and it does. And I think somewhere along the line, budget always comes into play.
Yeah, especially like this.
Where can we cut corners? Nowadays, with games, they have what is called pre-writers, where you have who's that one lady that you really like that does Star Wars sometimes, and she did Uncharted?
Oh, Amy Hennig.
Amy Hennig. So a company will hire her to create a world for them and create a draft for them. That's normal in game development. She does this for many games that you may never know she did it for. Mm-hmm. One of those games is the upcoming Forspoken from Square Enix.
I did not know that.
Of course you didn't. No one talks about it.
That's weird. You think they would because she's a known name.
She wrote the first draft of that. They hired her to write the first draft, and then they gave it to two other writers who built it out, expanded on it, built it out, handled the rewriters. Yeah, and she does this a lot, and we don't know about it. For that game, for Xenoblade Chronicles X, the story is terrible. But the mission structure, the world build, the world around you, there's interesting ideas, and that's why I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is so much better, because they didn't have to worry about the technical side. They already had it all, and then now the budget can go into creating good characters and interesting story quests. Will say,
I love Elma. Elma's a great.
Everyone loves Elma.
Elma is best girl, as they would say at Noisy Pixel.
Whoa! I never heard Spencer admit best girl.
I quite like Elma. She's a great character to have her. I mean, she's kind of forced to be in your party the whole time so I don't mind though. But I agree with you, and I'm really excited to play too because of how much you like it. So,
yeah, I'm glad you're playing through it. I'm glad you're almost done with it. So then you never have to look at it again.
You know, it's weird. I don't know if I would go back to it. Maybe for like footage for a video, but it's a long game to go back to. So
yeah, and it's weird how many times people have played Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one.
Yeah, I love the first one's one of my favorite games ever, and I can't revisit it because it's fucking like 80 hours long, dude.
Yeah, I've only ever beat it on the 3DS, the new 3DS.
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like that's the one the least people beat it on.
I played it on Wii, and then I was like, I've played like 10 hours, 15 hours on Wii, but this is like years after it was out. Yeah. And then it came out on new 3DS, and I was like, okay, well, now I have no excuse. I'm gonna play it. And I beat it, and I got it on Switch too, and I didn't play it.
The Switch one is really cool. I really liked it. I give it a 5 out of 5 Monster Hunter.
Whoa, perfect score.
Look amazing.
But and it smelled.
The same smelled
amazing.
It smelled amazing. Tasted amazing. But also, I really like the future connected thing, and apparently that'll link to 3. I don't know.
Fingers
and
crossed.
It had really good music. Apparently, the Torna composers did it. Very funky. I love it.
Yeah, and Mithra is quite the looker.
Oh yeah, she's in Smash. I know her from Smash Brothers. Oh, and I will say
Pyra and Mithra, yeah.
Pyra and Mithra, yeah. And I will say that I've been playing as my character Cross in the game in X has Shulk's voice because you can pick the classic. So I was like, if I can't have a British cast, I can have a.
It's not
I'm
a true
feeling it.
It's not a true Xenoblade.
It's not experience. A true Xenoblade if people aren't like, "Oi, bruv, let's go up the Mekonish." That's a real Xenoblade.
You're very good at this. Very good at
chav accents.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, I've been talking about Xenoblade X for 10 years. What the heck are you playing, Azario?
I reviewed a game this week. The game is called Chocobo GP. The review should be live now if you want to go watch it.
Might have a familiar little voice.
Somebody on this podcast might have did the audio for the video, so be sure to check it out. So you have a 50-50 chance of guessing who.
Yeah.
So I did like Chocobo Racing back in the day.
Yeah.
This one is not Chocobo Racing. This one is like a weird game that probably didn't need to come out. And from the first couple hours, I came at it in the mindset as this is a children's game. So I need to be a child. I need to pretend like I am 12, 13 years old. And I'm enjoying this
Mario
game.
Kart with
playing Mario Kart. But it's really fucking hard. It's really
when I was reading that review, it was like beginner is insanely hard, and I was like, damn.
So the first race on beginner is like, oh, this is gonna be too easy. So I went to master, and oh my god, I swear, 15. I tried the first race for 15 tries, You cannot make one fucking mistake.
That's scary.
One fucking mistake. So I put it back on beginner, and even then I was like 3-4 tries in, and this is through the story mode. So through story mode, you do chapters, and they range from how many races are in a chapter. The story is nonsensical. You don't really need to listen to it, but it does have some recurring characters from Chocobo Dungeon if you enjoyed that.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. It's cute. It just got a little weird when like Alta was like flirting with the white mage girl, and it's just got like, I don't know who the game is for. Like, why is there these subtle like flirting things? And like,
I'll tell you who it's for. YouTube game reviewers.
I guess so.
So they can be like, hold on a minute. Did she just say that?
Yeah.
Let's unpack this.
Let's unpack. But I mean, I liked it, but I just didn't.
But you didn't love it.
There's English audio for it too, and that was already pretty cringe. But so some of the worst parts about it were the music on the menu, because you don't spend much time on the main menu, but every menu in the main menu while you're going through matches, it starts this fucking theme song, and there's lyrics, and it starts after like 3 seconds. The lyric starts in, and it is the fucking most annoying song. Please watch the review because I'm going to put it in the review. It is the most annoying fucking song I've ever heard. But what's weird is that I listened to the whole thing through, and right after, so it just stops, and then just the instrumental plays, and I'm thinking, why the fuck didn't they just have the instrumental play on the main menu? Why do I have to listen to this fucking theme song every time I go to a main menu? But what fucked it all up, what fucked my experience up to the ultimate degree, is that you can purchase Mithril to get tickets to buy shit.
Battle Pass too?
I guess so.
Where you like earn?
There's like a seasonal thing too.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
They're having
for a game.
So there's only like 4 or 5 tracks that I can remember, but there's different versions of them. So some parts will be the same, but they'll have like a different route. But seriously, they're all 4 or 5 minutes long. They're all
wow, yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like there's environmental hazards, like a fucking tire comes out of nowhere and hits you. It's like, fuck, dude, like I'm in last place. Why the fuck is this tire hitting me?
Can't a Chocobo just race, dude?
And when I'm in last place, I get little mithril shards. Like, I don't want a fucking mithril shard. I'm in last place. Help a brother. Ow, you know?
Yeah, you mentioned the balancing.
And when I'm in first place, I'm getting boosts. I'm getting my special abilities. I'm fucking killing it. It's so unbalanced and so unnecessary. But you know what? There are moments where it's just fucking cute.
Is the soundtrack at least good?
No, it's terrible. Really?
Oh, other than that one song?
No. There's nothing good going about this game except for it's fucking cute. And sometimes you're having fun racing. I think the challenge is there to be a fun racer. It's nothing like Mario Kart. I cannot even begin to describe the stages to you. None of them left an impact. I can tell you about Star Road. I could tell you about the Mushroom Kingdom. I can tell you about all these fucking memorable Mario Kart stages, but I cannot begin to describe a Chocobo GP.
And aren't they based on like Final Fantasy locations? So they should be interesting.
Yeah, even like but they don't capitalize on the locations. Like I couldn't tell that I was at the Gold Saucer. You know, I couldn't tell you that.
That's crazy.
But it's fun.
Do you think it can be fixed with patches, the issues? Or do you think
I think if you're really another issue is that you start off with just Chocobo. So if you're looking to just go to multiplayer right away, don't even think about it, because you have to play through the story mode to unlock characters.
They have different stats, or is it just cosmetic?
They all have different stats.
Oh, okay. So
and a lot of the story and a lot of the characters suck, but the characters also have unique abilities that for some reason are tied to Y, and you press A to go. So you have to let go of A, which you're using to go, and then press Y to use your special, but you just let go of the gas. So you're
That's
already
choice.
It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
There was times I would
like
use
a
the
$20 game. Like
I would use the whatever the L1 is, or R1. I would use that to go sometimes, but it's actually jump. It's typed jump or drift. But sometimes I would just stop and I'm like, why am I stopping? And I'm pressing R1 to go, but it's actually A.
Oh, like your brain gets tangled.
Because I'm like playing Mario Kart. Like those should be switched a little. Those should be switched, right?
Absolutely. I agree.
Why? But there's online elements that if you get deep into the online, there's like 64 player online and stuff like that. It can get pretty interesting. As a novelty, it's fun. It has no staying power.
That's a shame. I would have liked a pretty competent Final Fantasy racer where they just add a bunch of characters like Dissidia.
Yeah, that's about it. Like Terra's in there. It's just kind of cute. It's just it's just kind of cute.
You have a cloud on a fucking cracker and I'll buy it. So I know my weaknesses.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
That's rough. Did you ever play the DS Chocobo game, Chocobo Fables?
No, but I own it.
Oh, I feel like that's a kind of rare game.
I bought it. Square Enix had a holiday.
Oh, the big sale, right?
I bought it with like all the Dragon Quests and and now they're like super fucking expensive.
Yeah, the Dragon Quest games are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I played that a bunch on my brother's R4 card.
Oh.
Keep in mind it was my brother's, not mine. And that was a fun game. Like, I think that shares characters with Chocobo Dungeon too, like Google X or whatever.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, that's fun.
Hero X,
yeah,
and he whistles and stuff. Yeah,
that's fun. Okay,
yeah. That's. I mean, if you have any fucking ties to the Chocobo series, Chocobo Dungeon, you're gonna like it. You know what I really liked about Chocobo Racing though is that it had like this pixelated like Super Nintendo
kind of
Mario Kart style, but on PlayStation. Yeah. So I mean, that probably took a lot longer than how they created this one, but it was kind of charming. Another issue that I remembered.
Yeah.
So with Mario Kart, when you boost off of the ramps, you get a little boost, right? When you jump at the top of the ramp, you get a little boost. That's fine. That's cool. This one, when you do it, you get the boost at the end of the jump. So you land and then you boost.
Oh, okay.
But imagine a turn is at the end of that fucking jump.
That would be bad.
Now you're just boosting into the wall.
Bumping off.
It's and that happens. That's a huge issue throughout the game.
Now the real question about this game is Iabria in it again? Because she was in the PS1 one, wasn't she?
Is that the girl with the hair?
Parasite Eve?
Oh, I didn't see her.
Wasn't she in the original one in the police car?
I think so. Yes. But I didn't.
She was. I'm not crazy. She was a secret racer when you beat the story 7 times in the original.
Oh, fuck off, man. You think fucking 12-year-old Azario was going to do that?
But don't you want to be in the funny police car?
Do you think fucking 12-year-old Azario is going to beat that game 7 times? I don't know.
Maybe you did. I beat worse games than Chocobo Racing more than once.
No, I was too busy playing Tornico, the last hope.
That's some good shit. That's some good shit. Dragon Quest Mystery Dungeon? Yes, please.
There's a lot of weird games that I was highly addicted to. Dark Forces, the Star Wars game.
That game bops, dude.
Dude, that game's fucking good.
Star Wars Doom. Okay.
Yeah. Sign me up.
Kyle Katarn, the coolest character ever made. Okay.
It's a good game. If you have not played Dark Forces yet, you should definitely try it out.
You should play that whole series. Jedi Academy fucking rules. And I'll tell you, I played it for the first time like 4 years ago. It's not nostalgia. That game fucking rules. Especially when you turn on dismemberment mods and you're just hacking shit up. Play that game.
With that said, we have nothing really to talk about. With Pokemon and Digimon announced this past week, I kind of want to talk. Did you hear anything about Digimon Survive and like what's going on with that?
Yes, I heard there's not a release date, but there was a trailer, and it's 70% narrative and 30% tactics gameplay, something like that. And I learned all this from Noisy Pixel, by the way.
Please read our coverage.
And it's coming along, but it's not done. And I saw the trailer with all the voice actors for the main group with all their. I like that the partner Digimon aren't just like Adventure One Digimon again. Like I like that it's other than Agumon, it's all pretty like random rookies. I like that.
So with this being essentially a visual novel, how do you feel about that?
I don't mind. I mean, like with Cloud, if you put Digimon on something, I'll probably buy it. So I'm a little biased, but I don't mind. Like as someone who doesn't play a lot of visual novels, if you can't tell from earlier episodes where every visual novel I listed was not a visual novel,
and neither is this one.
Neither is this one. I'm still interested. Like it didn't make me lose my interest because if the story is good, I don't mind. Like story for me, story is a big part of certain games like RPGs. Where if a game has okay gameplay but a really good story, that'll carry it for me. I know that's not super common with reviewers. It's typically the other way around. But so I don't mind. I'm excited to play. Isn't this like people are saying it's kind of like I have it, but I haven't played it yet. 13 Sentinels, where it was like part visual novel, part tactics gameplay.
Well, but 13 Sentinels had a few different adventure elements. You could explore environments and stuff. I'm not sure you could do that in this one.
Do you think there'll be like? I mean, I'm sure there'll be dialogue options. I just don't know whether they'll do anything.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you play Cyber Sleuth, there's definitely a lot of talking, so it's not out of the realm of what they're doing. But I didn't like how we're probably not going to get a new Digimon World. Probably not going to get another Cyber Sleuth.
Well, we're getting a new story game.
But I like Digimon Survive because it shows that they're not afraid to take chances. Even with Cyber Sleuth,
a certain other Mon franchise.
Yeah. And people were like kind of upset that we didn't get more announcements, but I can assure you the Digimon brand is not hurting.
No. Yeah, because I remember seeing that it was doing pretty well.
I think the card game is the most popular it's ever been.
I bought a deck because of that, because I was like, everyone loves, like my brother and I would go to the card store like every week for a while during the pandemic. And I'd always be like, do you guys have Digimon cards yet? And they'd be like, we can't get them in.
Yeah.
They're just gone, like immediately pre-sold.
Yeah.
So that game's huge.
Yeah, the card game is the most popular it's ever been. So the Digimon brand isn't hurting. I think they're just trying to figure out what they want to do with the games, because there were years where you got like Digimon Rumble and like just
Rumble Arena.
They just did a lot of stuff that maybe they want to zero in on what makes a Digimon game. And they
seemed kind of unsure at the event. Like they were we might remake World, but we might remaster it. But we don't know. Yeah. And I was like, that's a really weird thing to admit. Like, I mean, I like that transparency that they're like, hey, tell us what you want. But I would like, you'd never see Square Enix be like, do people want a Final Fantasy VII remake or do they want a remaster? Like you would never see that. So that's crazy.
Yeah. I think they should just, I don't think they should remake it or anything. I think they should just continue with World is its own thing. World is just a sim. You know, it's just a Digimon.
Re-release World 3.
Ooh.
I love World 3. I grew up playing World 3. It's really, I remember being really fucking hard, but I loved it.
I remember renting the first one and just not returning it for a couple of weeks.
One of my happiest memories in my whole life was I went to, I don't know if I've told this story, but I went to my neighbor's house when I was 4 in Winnipeg. Little Spencer, all excited.
Going to Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Known for its
trucks that would kill mosquitoes by telling you to stay inside, blasting gas.
Ooh.
That was real. I don't know what else is known for. Assiniboine Park.
That's enough.
Sergeant Sunday.
That's enough. That's enough. You can stop now.
Okay. So I little bowl cut hair Spencer ran over to the neighbor's house. I said, "Oh, what are we gonna play on your PlayStation?" I'm so excited because he was the cool older neighbor, and he was like, "I have something called Digimon World." And this was right when it came out, and I didn't know what Digimon was, and I was so excited. Did I know what it was? Maybe there was the show on for. No, I think that came out before the show, and I was so stoked. And he was like, "Hey, guess what?" I was like, "What?" It's like, "We're gonna name the character after you," and I was, holy shit! 4-year-old me, see, Spencer didn't fit it, so it was Spence. But I was like seeing little Gigimon be like, "Hey, Spence, what's good, dude?"
It was like you were on an adventure.
I was in the fucking game, and in the first cutscene, he runs home. He says, "Mom, I'm home." And then there's like a note that says, "I'm not home." And then it sucks him into the Digimon world. So I ran home that day and I said, "Mom, I'm home," hoping I would get sucked into the digital world. But I was not. And my grandma was asleep. And my mom said, "Spencer, your grandma's napping. Don't yell."
Spencer.
And I went,
the most in trouble you've ever been.
I was probably the most trouble I've ever been. All because I wanted to go to the digital world.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? But I would love even just a fucking put it out there, like a re-release.
So niche.
The World games.
Nobody really likes World.
People pretend to like World.
Like
they made Next Order. Did people buy Next Order?
Next Order was super good. I hated that. Like, I'm gonna look at my save file, but I think I spent like 47 hours in that game.
It was fun.
It's such a stupid time sink that just like is like you're constantly getting better. It's almost roguelike in a sense, a roguelike because you fuck up. You fuck up. You fuck up sometimes and just have to start the fuck over.
You got a new Mimon.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you get a bad roll.
You didn't let him poop once? You got a new Mimon. That's how it goes. But I agree with you that they seem to be finding their footing on like what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's going to be, if I had to guess, completely like uneducated, I think it's going to be story games and things like Survive where it's something else. So I think they'll be like story games like Cyber Sleuth, like they said that they're developing a new story game. I think they're going to do RPGs like that as their core thing. And then they'll try new things on the side, if I had to guess. And I don't mind that possibility because
Cyber Sleuth was just so fucking like the design of these characters and the clothes they wear was so cool.
Wasn't it the guy who did a Devil Survivor for Shin Megami Tensei? Yeah,
I believe it. Right. Yes.
Not only that, but like the Digivolution system was fucking amazing in those games. Like I was so excited to I was like, okay, what can I make now? What can I make now? Devolve so that I can make this. Like
it only got better too with the second one.
Yeah, with Hacker's Memory, it was like, damn, they added so much shit. I loved it. Like
it was like you hit the ground running in Hacker's Memory too. Because if you played the first one, it was such a good like transition.
Yeah. It really was. It was like the story from a different angle, and it was like, oh, sick. And God, I love Digimon.
Not to brag, but I have both of the physicals on Vita in English.
Oh, I don't have them on Vita. I have them on PS4. That's pretty cool.
They didn't release on Vita in America.
Oh, so did you get like the
English Asian
Taiwan
version?
Releases? Yeah. Releases the
both
Super
of them.
Robot Wars with English.
Yeah.
So you can technically get it.
But then there's Pokemon, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't watch the trailer.
It looks like, this is just guessing from the trailer, but it looks like they're doing the Legends Arceus gameplay with the mainline Pokemon. Like, if they're not, that trailer was misleading as fuck because it was like, look at these wide open vistas and Pokemon wandering around, and they have textures now. I'm always going to be optimistic about Pokemon. I just keep coming back. I know I shouldn't. I know it's bad for me, but I just keep coming back because that's another thing I grew up with where the Pokemon, like even the bad Pokemon games, they're still like competent RPGs. And it's just, they have their own thing that I don't know. So I'm excited for the new one. I hope that it has Legends gameplay because damn, that was like the most interesting change in Pokemon ever. But you saw the starters, right?
Yeah, they look like the three Caballeros.
Oh yeah. This is based in Spain or Italy? People are saying. I don't know which one.
But the three Caballeros is like Donald Duck and
Yeah.
like there's the red guy and the green guy. I just watched it as a kid.
I
I
remember that. Which one are you gonna pick?
I like to. I mean, I'm a fucking cash dude. I'll go fire every time.
He is pretty charming. Fue Coco.
Yeah, I'm
going with Quaxley
because you like Donald Duck.
No, I just listen. He looks. Funny. He looks funny.
But would you smash or pass?
I would pass because it's a small animal.
Okay.
What am I, Markiplier? I'm not touching that shit. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll be like a naval duck in his third form. He'll look more like a Digimon, maybe. They got to add to the new Digimon game, Hookmon. Do you remember Hookmon?
No.
He's evolved from Monmon. He was one of the main Digimon World 3 guys. Monmon was a little green monkey with a slingshot, but he evolved into like a pirate with a huge hook and a gun hand. It was dope as shit.
Oh my god. Oh, he looked like a pirate as a cannon.
So cool. They got to add him back.
Give me Hookmon.
I know that some developers listen to this, or at least
tell me
PR people. Tell the developers to add Hookmon, please.
Give us Hookmon or go. Don't develop this game. Man, I'm
Namco PR. Love you guys. You rule. Tell the chain of command to add Hookmon.
I'm excited. I'm just excited for Digimon Survive. It looks a little adult, and I'm right.
And I like that about Digimon. I like that Digimon's willing to explore adult shit.
It's like Digimon is like the DC, while Pokemon's like Marvel.
Which is wild because I like Marvel more than DC, comic wise.
No, but I like
Digimon more than Pokemon.
But you gotta admit though, dude. Let's just the movie Joker is so much better of a film than any Marvel movie that has come out.
I don't know. There is a couple really strong. Like I would say, the first Guardians of the Galaxy is a really good space opera.
Let's No Way Home wasn't that good.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Was not that
Don't
good.
say that to me. That's wrong. Because this podcast is over.
Because you know what they did on No Way Home? They just capitalized on our nostalgia. That doesn't make a good movie. But they implemented it
into the story.
And it was so lame.
I disagree completely. I can't be objective with that movie.
Lame.
It made me so happy.
Yeah, it made me happy. But like when they're talking and stuff, dude, okay, hold up. Okay, Spoilers. Yes. One, there was a death. Okay.
Yeah.
Two, we're walking around a fucking lab making jokes about like with all three of us and like Peter.
Yeah, but there was Peter. It didn't transition from death to joke. There was a huge part in between where they all opened up about their loss.
When my grandma died, I didn't forget about it 3 hours later.
He didn't forget, but he had shit he had to do, and the other Peters were there for him.
And so he's cracking jokes.
Well, it's not just they're not gonna have a scene of him silently making web fluid while the other two are like,
it's just bad writing.
Disagree.
Bad acting. You know who made that? You know the only person that made that movie for me?
Who?
Zendaya. You should just make a whole Zendaya movie. TBH.
Isn't that just the Euphoria thing?
She is in Euphoria, yes, but she is not Euphoria.
She's in Dune for 15 minutes.
For like
She'll be in Dune 2 a lot though, apparently.
I'm a Zendaya head.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for a head.
If anybody has a shirt with Zendaya's face on it, I will wear it.
Send it into our PO box ad.
Let everyone know I'm a Zendaya head.
I'm a bit of a Zendaya head.
But yeah, so I'm saying like the movies of DC they say the F word. There's a lot more blood. There's a lot more drama. I think Marvel has to play it close to home because they can't write in our movie. DC is like, fuck you guys, will put out our shit all the time.
But unlike the comparison where most of the DC movies were a little stinky, Digimon is pretty consistent, I would say, with its quality.
Okay, but there's just a lot of movies in the DC MU that weren't good.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But Digimon, on the other hand, has pretty strong consistency.
Okay. And okay, so on both sides,
yeah,
there was bad movies, bad films. I'm still talking about DC and Marvel.
More DC though. You fucking watch Batman vs Superman? That movie's a fucking mess, dude.
Okay,
there's
so
a plot point that's pee in a jar, dude.
The problem with those movies is Superman. Superman is just.
Yeah, I know. They got to make Superman happy. Make happy Superman.
Superman is just too OP of a character. He's just too OP. That's every Superman
I think
movie.
You can still do that.
No, because the only bad thing that you can do to Superman is put kryptonite on him.
No, Superman's weak to magic.
And fucking call fucking the magician.
There's a shit ton of magicians in DC, dude.
Oh my, that's not what I'm talking about. You can't give him but how many times can you do a card trick in front of Superman?
Target the ones he loves.
Oh my God.
Or battle him ideologically like Lex Luthor is supposed to.
Oh my God.
Buddy, you brought a movie to a comic book fight, mister.
Listen. Remove Superman from the equation.
No, just make a good Superman. You can do Superman well. You just don't make him Injustice Superman. You know what? It's a little rant time. I am sick of Superman, but bad. We fucking get it, dude. That would be scary. Yeah. Okay. Homelander exists. That's interesting. We don't need every fucking Superman story to be, what Superman was bad. Holy fuck. Like give us a happy Superman.
But there is a nice contrast between the way Batman runs shit and the way Superman runs shit.
And that contrast is even better when you have their personalities.
Because like, Superman's more prone to work with law enforcement and the government, whereas Batman works around the government. And
I think that's even more interesting is have that contrast. Like the more different you make Superman and Batman, the better their interactions are because they still respect each other immensely. But like Superman's optimistic. He sees the good in everything. He does everything as well as he can. And he cares about people and family and stuff. And Batman is more serious. He cares about people, but he doesn't trust people and he doesn't let the people get close. But he still does his own like, I don't know. This isn't a superhero movie podcast. What the fuck are we talking about, dude?
All I'm saying,
comment and be like, "Who cares about comic books? You fucking nerds."
Yeah, that's true. But all I'm saying is DC movies have been better than MCU. I'll watch all the MCU movies.
Suicide Squad. Okay. That one's up there.
You're right. It's not a good movie.
I'll admit there's good DC movies. Suicide Squad was good. Joker was good. Apparently
good.
The Batman is amazing.
It's 10 out of 10.
I can't wait to see it
this weekend.
I don't dislike DC at all. I like some of their characters a shit ton. I'm just saying that Digimon has the consistency of Marvel movies where even a lame Digimon game is still competent, but it has the tone of DC. Pokemon's kind of the other way around. Although even a bad Pokemon, like I said, is still like, it's not broken. It's just.
But a bad Pokemon could be like in Iron Man 2.
Yeah. It's like if it's on in the background while I'm working, I won't change it. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be like Iron Man 2, dude. Holy shit, bro.
Wow. So
I think we learned a lot about each other today.
Yeah. And I can honestly say that I've always enjoyed a Digimon game. Maybe it's just the hipster in me. I've just enjoyed the Digimon.
I just think the tone is way more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like a fun Pokemon romp. Oh, there's no real danger once in a while. But I also really like.
Yeah, there's no stakes in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, they're like the world's gonna explode. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Not if
my funny little marketable character beats you. But with Digimon, it's like people are in comas. People fucking die. Mm-hmm. They're like crazy animal. Like it's cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
I feel like we just argued for 20 minutes, even though we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we agree with each other, but we argue.
Well, that's what we do here. We're unqualified.
Yeah. We do this for you guys. We give you guys
we have the hard hitting conversations, so you don't have to.
I think Digimon's great. Fuck you, dude. I think Digimon's great.
Just fight over who thinks it's greater. With that said, that's the episode.
It's the episode.
I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Noisy Pixel.